Imagine you have a time machine. You decide to take a trip back to the past, maybe to the swinging 60s, a time of vibrant change and cultural revolution. You find your grandfather, a young man with his whole life ahead of him, long before he ever met your grandmother. Now, here's the twist. What if for some reason you prevented him from ever meeting her? Perhaps you accidentally spilled a drink on him, causing him to miss the party where they first locked eyes. If they never meet, they never fall in love, never get married, and never have your parent. And if your parent is never born, then you are never born. But if you were never born, how could you have gone back in time to stop your grandparents from meeting in the first place? This is the heart of the grandfather paradox, a puzzle that has fascinated physicists and philosophers for decades. It seems to create a closed loop of impossibility. Your existence depends on an event that you yourself have prevented. This contradiction suggests that traveling to the past and changing it might be fundamentally impossible, a violation of the basic laws of cause and effect that govern our universe. But is it really that simple? Is the universe so rigid that the past is an immutable, untouchable block of space-time? Science, particularly the strange and wonderful world of quantum mechanics, offers some mind-bending alternatives that might just provide a way out of this paradoxical loop. Let's first consider the simplest solution, often called the Navica self-consistency principle. This idea proposes that the universe has a built-in protection mechanism, suggests that any actions you take in the past were always part of history. The laws of physics would conspire to prevent you from creating a paradox. So you go back to stop your grandparents from meeting. Maybe you try to trip your grandfather, but you slip on a banana peel instead. Or maybe the car you're driving to intercept him gets a flat tire. Every attempt you make to alter the past would fail, sometimes in seemingly coincidental ways. In this model, you can't change the past because you are part of the past. Your presence and actions were always factored into the timeline that led to your own birth. In a strange way, your attempt to stop your grandparents might even be the very reason they met. Perhaps in the commotion you caused, they noticed each other for the first time. This means free will, when it comes to changing history, is an illusion. No. You are simply a cog in a pre-written, self-consistent, historical machine. The timeline is robust and unchangeable. While you can visit the past, you are merely an actor, playing a role in a play that has already been written. This is a neat and tidy solution, preserving the single, consistent timeline we experience. But it's also a bit deterministic for many people's tastes. It strips away our sense of agency. What if there's another way? What if the past isn't set in stone? This is where things get truly strange and exciting, leading us into the realm of quantum mechanics and the multiverse. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, first proposed by physicist Hugh Everett III, offers a radical solution to the grandfather paradox. According to this theory, every time a quantum measurement is made, the universe splits. Every possible outcome of that measurement happens, each in its own separate parallel universe. Think of it not as a single timeline, but as a constantly branching tree of realities. So, when you travel back in time and prevent your grandparents from meeting, you don't actually change your own past. Instead, you create a new branch, a new timeline, a new parallel universe. In this new universe, your grandparents don't meet, and a version of you will never be born there. But that has no effect on you, the time traveler. You still exist because you came from the original timeline, the one where they did meet and you were born. You would essentially become a visitor, an anomaly in this new reality you've created. You could live out your life there, but you could never return to the exact universe you left behind. Your original timeline remains untouched and intact, safe from your temporal meddling. The grandfather paradox is resolved because you don't erase your own existence. You simply create a new reality where you don't exist. This preserves the law of causality within each individual timeline. Your cause being born in timeline A is not undone by your effect creating timeline B, where you aren't born. This multiverse theory is incredibly compelling. It allows for both time travel and free will. You can go back and make whatever changes you want. But the consequences of those changes are contained within a newly spawned universe, leaving your home reality pristine. However, the many worlds interpretation is just that, an interpretation. We have no definitive proof that these parallel universes exist. It's a mathematical possibility that emerges from the equations of quantum mechanics, but it's not something we can currently test or observe directly. There's yet another possibility to consider. one that blends the single timeline idea with a dose of quantum uncertainty. This is the idea of a self-correcting timeline, but with a quantum twist. Imagine the timeline isn't a rigid, solid line, but more like a flowing river. You can throw a stone into a interactive time travel and it will cause ripples. But eventually, the river's current will smooth those ripples out, and the river will continue on its course, mostly unchanged. In this model, the universe exhibits a kind of temporal inertia. Small changes to the past might be possible, but the timeline would naturally resist significant alterations that lead to paradoxes. History wants to happen the way it happened. So, you prevent your grandparents from meeting at that specific party. The timeline might self-correct, might bump into each other at a coffee shop the next day, or be introduced by a mutual friend the following week. The universe, in its quest for consistency, would find another way to bring them together. The major events of history would be like deep channels in the riverbed, very difficult to alter. The fundamental events leading to your birth would be preserved, even if the minor details surrounding them were slightly different. This concept is less about rigid laws preventing you from acting and more about a flexible, resilient space-time that absorbs and neutralizes paradoxes. It's an elegant compromise between a single, unchangeable past and an infinite number of branching realities. So where does this leave us? Is time travel to the past possible? The honest answer is, we don't know for sure. Einstein's theory of general relativity does contain solutions that could theoretically allow for time travel through structures like wormholes. But these also come with their own host of problems, like requiring exotic matter with negative energy. The grandfather paradox remains a central thought experiment in this debate. It forces us to confront the very nature of time, causality, and reality itself. Whether the universe enforces a single, consistent history, branches into infinite parallel worlds, or gently corrects our temporal mistakes. Each solution challenges our everyday understanding of the world. Perhaps one day, we will have the technology and the theoretical understanding to answer this question definitively. But for now, the past remains a distant shore, its mysteries locked away. The journey back in time exists only in our imaginations and in the fascinating paradoxes that push the boundaries of science. The quest to understand time is a quest to understand the universe and our place within it. And as we continue to explore these profound questions, we uncover more about the incredible and often bizarre reality we inhabit. What do you think? Is the past a fixed story, or a book with endless new pages to be written? The paradoxes of time travel show us that the universe might be far stranger and more wonderful than we could ever imagine. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time and paradox. If you enjoyed exploring the mysteries of the universe, be sure to subscribe to Infinite Toynial for more mind-bending content.